Hey, welcome to Funded Profits Trading. I'm Luke Holmstrom, and today I want to talk to you about NFP Day. So NFP Day is a super volatile day in the market. Every first Friday of the month, they're going to have non-farm payroll day, aka NFP. And what they're going to do is they're going to discuss the unemployment rates. So with this comes a lot of volatility, right? And with NFP Day, usually I wait for at open, I'll usually place a position. I'll actually place two different positions, and it's going to be a sell stop and a buy stop. This strategy is not always going to work because sometimes you do have some volatile days where it will, go bounce around and stop you out. But most days, NFP really stays in one direction, and it goes pretty hard in that direction for a pretty good while, usually about 1,000 to 3,000 pips. So when we're looking at, for example, this is the last NFP day. So this is back in November 5th I'm looking at. And when we opened right here. So, we opened at this bottom and we closed at the very top. So the opening was right here. We closed up here. So we had to guess that by 9:30, this is going to be somewhere in this upper region. So now looking at this, I would have placed a buy stop and a sell stop. So basically what you're doing is you're placing a buy stop up here. So if it pushes through this direction and it hits to a certain point, it's going to place an order. This is going to place a buy order and your position will be placed, and you're also going to place a sell stop. So with the sell stop, you're basically going to place it again in a little bit lower of a direction, and you want these to be spaced out a little bit. So what I usually do is I do about a 500 pip difference. So wherever I am on the chart around open, I'll place a 500 pip buy stop and then a 500 pip below for a sell stop. And what I do is I wait for it to pound through one direction and I'll just hold that position. So right here, if we would have placed buy stop and a sell stop, it would have went through our sell stop position. And you probably wouldn't have really gotten any profit until right around this 400 level mark. This is probably where I would have placed it, looking at it opened around 440 and it went up, but around 930 it was probably around that 450 and above mark. So I probably would have placed my sell stop at about 36,400. So when you place it at 36,400, then you're finally in the money. So what we could do here is let's just see how much profit you're up, because most of these days they do about, over 1,000 pips for sure. So let's just put in a short position here, and let's do it at the 40 mark, or the 400 mark, sorry. And when you look at this, basically wherever you were at 930, that's where you're going to put your stop loss. I usually do 500 pip stop losses. So probably would have been around that 50 mark, right? And our reward would have been, if you go to that lowest low, it would have been just about a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio at a 2,000 pip gain. So you can see all you have to do is just place one buy stop, one sell stop, and you got to wait for it to hit one of these different directions. And you can also take into account, like for this position especially, you can see the RSI here is out of this world. You can see the MACD is crazy too. So at this position, I would probably expect to, place a short position on this trade, but everything's different. And especially when you're around that 50 mark, this is a good kind of rule of thumb to do. If you're kind of in that middle ground where you really don't know where to go with NFP, this is a good strategy to, non-biasedly just pick a direction. And this has been, a great strategy that I've used. I've only had issues with it a couple different times where, sometimes you come into these volatile markets, especially with NFP Day, and sometimes, you might get stopped out pretty quick where basically the wick is just going everywhere, all over the whole candle. And it happens some days. Some days it's super volatile and it'll go in a little bit of every direction. But, I would say over 70% of the days, it does pick one direction to go in. And this is what I like to stick to do. Just place a buy stop and a sell stop and wait for one of the directions to finally go through. So this is one of my NFP Day strategies, and let me know, try it out. Use a demo account if you'd like to, test it without putting any capital up front, but try out this strategy and let me know how it works in the comment section below. But that's it for today. And if you're interested about joining our academy, learning more about day trading, and getting funded with $100K in capital, then just click the button below. And thank you for watching. Remember to like the video and comment any questions that you might have. And be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when new videos come out on the Funded Profits Trading.